December the 13th, 2023, and we have two cruisers just sitting here burning up taxpayers' dollars, doing nothing. We were told that they hang out on this parking lot, so we decided to come down here and see for ourselves. And sure enough, we got two of them just sitting here. This is the back end of the parking lot where the young man was shot at the entrance. And these two patrol cruisers have been sitting back here like 45 minutes now. On your tax dollars. Sad. When you run a business, you want your employees to work and not just sit around kicking the Bobo. But again, when there's zero accountability, this is what happens. They sit around, they wait for 911 calls instead of patrolling your neighborhoods, looking for criminal activity. We got car 58295737. You know, why aren't these guys out patrolling the neighborhoods? They clock in and go find an out of the way area to hide out. These cars are running, burning up your tax dollars just sitting here talking. They could be out patrolling the neighborhoods to stop individuals from breaking into cars, or they may run up on a crime. But you can't run up on a crime sitting here. Look like they're on their cell phones. It's crazy. You know, policing back in the day, we had real officers who police. They took their job seriously. They weren't there. They were there to help the citizens. They weren't there just for the paycheck. You know, it was an honor to be a law enforcement person. Now, that's out the door. But I can't blame these guys, to a point, because if their department doesn't care, why should they? There should be GPSs on these vehicles monitoring them of their movements. Yeah, they looking in something on the web page. Probably looking up female. But we had a couple people at this place calling us that this is where they come and hang out at. So we decided to come down here and see. Whatever they're doing, they're looking at their cell phones, showing each other stuff on the cell phone. I tell you, they'll never know when we're around. We're everywhere. More and more people are starting to call or email us, letting us know where these guys are sitting down. They're recording. On the taxpayers' dollars. You say if they had GPSs on this, somebody in the command center would see how long they've been just sitting here. And then radio and ask them, is there an issue while y'all just parked here? Instead of patrolling the neighborhoods. Presence. When criminals see these cars, they're going to run. They're not going to hang around in the neighborhoods. They're not going to try to break into your car. But parked here in a wooded parking lot, nah. On their cell phones, just texting or watching some on their cell phones. I don't know what they watching on their cell phone, but that's what they're doing, both of them. If you run a business and had a business, would you want your employee on her cell phone while she's supposed to be working? No. You want them working, being productive. This is not being productive right here. It is 10:41 now. We've been here since 9 o'clock. Look at him. This car here, 5737, just put his seatbelt back so he can lay back in the cruiser. Shit crazy as shit, man. I don't know if I picked it up, but he just laid back. Let's see. He just laid back. Did you pick it up? Okay. I got my partner here with me today. But this is crazy. They sit around. They wait for 911 calls. Getting paid $60,000, $80,000 a year, almost $100,000 a year. And this is all they do. If they're not sitting at, if they're not sitting at big businesses, they find hideout spots to hide out in. Mm-hmm. It's December the 12th, and still we have not received anything from the United States District Courthouse saying that they closed out uh, my case. And this just shows you the corruption, you know, is what's going on in our government today. It shows the corruption of how this case was going. You know, they held that order or that closure or whatever the judge supposed to have been signed or stated from what the clerk said, so that the 8th day would pass. 30 days you have to file an appeal on a civil matter. They were going to wait until that 30 days ran out, and then they probably would have sent me this order. Now, I'm pretty sure since I called them and contacted them, they got caught up again, so they don't know what to do. I sent a notice of appeals to the appeals court and to them. So I'm guessing they were going to wait until the 8th of December to state that he closed it out and I can't file an appeal now. But I did. So this is why you have to stay on top of your cases, free people. When you file a lawsuit, I don't care if you got an attorney or not, you want to call the court and figure out what's going on with your case. Never let an individual just run amok of it. You got to stay on top of it. And that's what I do. Excuse me, that's what I did. I mean, yeah, I let them run a little while just to see if they're going to do the right thing or not. But me calling within that 30 days to verify that everything is all right in the case, I learned that he dismissed it November the 8th. It's December the 12th now, and I still have not received anything from the courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland. As I showed you all, the United States Appeals Court called me. I called them back, talked with the young lady, and she wanted to verify certain things. That pertaining to my appeal. I had the videos all put on USB sticks so I can send them to them and show them that I served these agents of these defendants. I turned it over to the clerk of the court. They're going to see all this. And the orders that the judge kept saying to me, I called and had a conversation with his law clerk and informed him that I had already handed these things over to the clerk of the court, and I have it recorded. It just shows corruption. And then we need a better system than we have now, because it clearly shows when you conspire with these, you can easily take documents out of someone's jacket. Free people and taxpayers, let me tell you something. Anytime you file a lawsuit, I don't care if it's in these little state courts, you want to get copies. I found out what a paperless order is. That's when you're doing it electronically and they're putting it into the system. But still, the judge has to sign it and send me a copy of it. I don't do things electronically, so he has to send me a copy. They didn't do that. And it clearly shows that this is all about corruption that is taking place in our judicial system. How many people are being railroaded in the judicial system with this and this is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil case. Whether 12 people say, no, you don't have a case or whatever, then I can live with that. I requested a jury trial. I didn't want to go before no one person just because of corruption. And citizens, I don't care if it's criminal or civil, go before 12 of your peers. You have a right to do that if the amount is succeed. I think it was 2,025 or big. If you're going for big money, don't settle for a judge. It's easy to be corrupted in this society today, and it clearly shows that. Clearly shows the corruption in our system of justice today. Look at these guys here. They're on their cell phone. This officer here, 5737, has kicked his seat back to relax instead of riding around patrolling the neighborhood. I mean, a lot of cowards and bootlickers say, oh, that's okay for them to do it. It is not okay for them to do it. This is why this country is in the predicament it is now. Most of these guys, and I don't know them from Adam, just because they're in that uniform, riding around, they're servants, get hired just for the job, to get paid, to pay their bills. Okay? But you're doing a service. You're supposed to be doing a service for the people you get your money from, this welfare check, who you get your money from. See how he's bumping up and down? He's sitting so far back in the back seats because he lowered his seats that he could fall asleep in this vehicle. And we got a lot of them like that. We got them on camera. Look like he getting ready to move. We got them on camera where officers are sleeping in these vehicles. We're just not posting this stuff yet. I thought 5829 was getting ready to move, but looked like he's not. I mean, it's sad that they're taking your hard-earned money to do a service and they're not doing it. If you own a business and your employee just came to work and sat down and was on his cell phone, or they sat in the lunchroom kicking the Bobo for 8 hours, what would you do? I'm pretty sure you would fire them. And that's exactly what is going on here. I'm pretty sure the crime rate in Prince George's County is high. It's unacceptable. And if that's the case, why are these two officers just sitting here on their cell phones, waiting for a 911 call? They could hang out at the police station, just sit there and get dispatched to the area. Then when they're done, come back and sit back in the police station. It's crazy. And I don't know these two. I got citizens riding by here looking at them, but I don't know these two. They could be good cops, but you do dumb shit. Your job is to patrol the area in these patrol cars, not sit here almost an hour and 45 minutes talking and look on your cell phone. You are not a detective. You are not an undercover officer. These cars are supposed to be visible throughout the neighborhood, you know, and they're not. Let me see. Here go another citizen driving up here. Let me see if they look at him. It's crazy how you free people look at them. Yeah, he looking at him. Look at him. Y'all look at him, but you're not voicing yourselves out there. This is your tax dollars just sitting here. And this is why they keep raising your taxes. You're not saying nothing about it. You're not voicing your disapproval of what is taking place. They're going to keep doing it. This is crazy. Both of these officers are on their cell phones, kicking the Bobo, sitting in a parking lot, hiding out. And they're not the only ones, because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot. We're doing an investigation, and we don't want to spook them just yet. That we've been watching them all over the place. You know, sometimes we'll put somebody out there to let them know we're still out here. We're just not letting you all know we're out here. You know, but you're going to see some crazy stuff, free people and taxpayers. We got officers falling asleep in the cruisers. We got officers smoking inside the cruisers. Got females inside the cruisers. This shit just crazy. They're hiding out in spots. We know where they're hiding at. We're just not jumping out on them and putting it, because they're like roaches. If they see us, they're going to take off. So now we decided we're just going to come in our unmarked cars and record them, and then put them out there at one time to show people this is what you've been paying for. You know, they know we out here watching. They're not going to be themselves. So we want them to be themselves. And they're being themselves. He drinking something now. We got to get a better system. We got to get a outside system to monitor these guys and to reprimand and report. Most people say, well, we won't have no police. Okay, call in the military. Okay, until we get honest individuals who, once they get hired, will do the job they're getting hired for. We just can't be handcuffed to say, oh, we're not going to get police officers to police that. There are a lot of good police officers. But if no one's going to make them do that, that's just like soldiers. Okay, you sign up to be in the military, the army. Are you gonna? Is the army gonna just let you sit down in a Jeep all day long? No. They're not gonna allow that, and that's how the police department should be. There should be a higher standards for these officers who ride around in these patrol cars and wear that uniform of the county. There should be a higher standard. Military people, I guarantee you, once you join the military, you will not be sitting in a Jeep on the side of a road somewhere. This is crazy. I mean, anybody who thinks this is all right, they elevator, don't leave the basement. We got car 5829-5737. Here goes some more people looking at him. Look at how the citizens just looking at him. I would jump out of it, but I don't want to blow my cover and ask him, do we have a problem here? Y'all all right? You know, you need some kind of assistance, or you know what I'm saying? That's what citizens should do when they see them sitting here this long. Pull your camera out and ask them, do y'all need some assistance? Since I'm your boss, you know, I was just wondering if everything all right. Here go this car coming back again. Look at them. They just looking at them. This is crazy. Pull your camera out and start recording them. Look at this car went down there. He should be pulling his camera out, recording them, just sitting here. He go down there and park. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is ridiculous. It is now 11:02.